talking from someone who's a little bit from the future, which is me. I've done this for quite a while now. I kind of know the roadmap of how this stuff works, and I know without a shadow of a doubt that the industries that we're going into, it's not like the pop socket or like the fidget spinner where it was like a hot craze for a bit. It's pretty steady, and you can prove this to yourself if you're having some doubts, or maybe someone even in your family's doubting what you're doing. They're not believing in you. They're questioning you. Go and show them the Google Trends of an industry like carpet cleaning, tree care, whatever one you're going to go into. Go show them like, hey, these industries have been around and the search has stayed fairly consistent in a local market for a long amount of time. Mm-hmm. So I think that's an important thing to not only tell people that are close to you that are maybe doubting you or questioning what you're doing, but when they can see it with their own two eyes and it's over a macro, a long 2, 3, 4, 5 year span, even longer, because Google has way more data than that. It's pretty hard to argue with that kind of longevity. And then ask them some of the same questions I'm saying to you is like, do you think that, the internet's going anywhere? I don't think so. Do you think that trees are going to all of a sudden not be needed to be trimmed? I don't think so. So is it safe to say that in 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years from now, that now things will evolve, don't get me wrong, but these industries aren't going away. So if you can get a foothold in your marketplace, okay, and you can build an asset that is going to be lasting for the next 100 years in some capacity, right? Guys, this is something that not only you guys can eat off of for your life with your family, but this is something you can pass down. These are assets that absolutely, are going to have massive, not only short-term value for you guys from a cash flow standpoint, but long-term value for your family. It's something that you can pass on. If any of you guys have been paying attention to like NFTs, like I had some guys come out this weekend. You guys were on the live stream with us, right? But a few of these guys, they're in Vogue magazine. You can look them up on Instagram. I think they go by the Vogue Boys. Quite a number of followers and whatnot. And they were out here. I actually put one of them in the sauna on Saturday night because he was freezing. I was like, follow me. And I put him in there. I go, just don't die. Okay. But these guys were telling me like these NFTs, these are digital drawings, paintings, creations, right? That they're attaching to, a token of sense. So you can have an original piece. And these things are being sold for now. Sometimes I think the top one went for like $700,000 already. But he was telling me, he's an artist. And he's like, I've made these things and I've put them out there through some of these marketplaces. And not only are mine selling, but now they're reselling. So you guys, we're in this kind of weird place right now in time where the digital world and the physical world are merging like I've never seen before. You're starting to see some technologies that are kind of starting to come out. Now, what was the thing we were watching yesterday with the virtual reality? I forget the name.
Oh, yeah. It was like a virtual pack room. What was it called? The Sandbox. Yep.
Yeah. So we're starting to see that time where, we'll go into my living room, and Jeremiah's in a virtual world on like an Oculus, right? So we're in this time where you're starting to see a lot more of these technologies, or the physical world and the digital world combined. It's only going to get more and more like that. Now, some of us might not like that. I'm kind of like, I like the physical world more than the digital world personally, but that doesn't mean it's not a market that we can't capitalize on, right? And so if we keep our focus in on the big picture of knowing that this digital world's probably not going to go anywhere anytime soon, unless there's some massive disaster. But even then, it's never going to go away completely. It's just this form of communication is just far too quick, and far too many people are relying on it. So it's not going to go anywhere. We got to put our heads down right now and say, let's get into asset building mode. I can only imagine like back in the day when people were coming over to like the West Coast and there was all this open land. People were putting staking claims in land. Like, this is that time. Stake your claims, right? Get those, get those lead gens published. Get the timestamp on those things. Get some content up, because we can't fake the time side of these things, right? We have to get them moving, even if it's just a little bit of time. So those of you guys that are in teams, you guys are starting to see that. We're creating some processes for you guys, or you guys might not have seen them quite yet, but they're right around the corner for you, because each week we're kind of building upon. And even if you're not on the teams, just look, the goal with teams is to help you guys get more of these assets out quicker without so much friction, where you're slowing yourself down and you're not, you're really not, your actions aren't really matching what your goals are. And that's all. At the end of the day, we want you to get uncomfortable with us too. Like, it's okay to get a little bit out of balance sometimes. It is. It's okay to get a little bit out of balance sometimes. Sometimes that's exactly what you need in order for you to take it to the next level. Because if you think about it, wherever you're at in life, if you're not happy with the current situation you're trying to work on, which in here it's business, entrepreneurship, trying to become free from working for someone for the rest of your life, your current balance matrix isn't working, right? Whatever that is, whatever you've learned or however you've set it up, it's time to start recalibrating. And recalibrating sometimes is uncomfortable because you got to spend a little bit more time than the people that have been doing this for a little bit longer than you, because you got to catch up.